Story 1. This incident occurred about a week ago, and I am still fuming from it. I am unsure if this belongs in this subreddit, but here goes. First, a little backstory. I am a mixed ethnicity individual. I have been mistaken for many races over the course of my 29 years on this planet, but I am literally Caucasian and African American. Usually, it can be figured out, but the difference with me is my father is Caucasian. Therefore, my hair is straight. I am originally from Texas and am usually mistaken for being Mexican. But now I live in Massachusetts, and I have never had an issue with anyone concerning my race, until this day. Also, I am married to a Caucasian woman who had a child before we were married. His father is not in his life as much, and I took the responsibility because I love this woman, and I love this little boy as if he were my own. He is 4 now, and I have been in his life since he was 1. Anyway, on to the story. My wife needed a few things from the grocery store, and she needed to run a few more errands. Usually, she just goes and takes care of things herself because I am sleepy. I work nights. But this particular day, I happened to be awake, and I offered to go for her. She works hard and does a lot, so I definitely felt it was necessary to do something for her, so she could just relax for the day. I took my son with me so she could rest up and just take it easy, and it gave me time to spend with my son for some bonding. We completed all of the errands, which went smoothly, and then headed to the grocery store to finish up our day. My son, being a typical 4-year-old, was full of energy, running ahead of me, laughing and speaking to everyone he came across, which I generally do not mind as long as he does not hit anyone and stays within eye view. As I was making my way down an aisle looking for canned corn, my son jogged to the end of it when an older lady was entering at the other end. My son, being the sweet social butterfly he is, approached and exclaimed in excited, "Hi, me 4 and me Ryan, bless his little heart." The lady looked down and said, "Well, hello there. You should not be running around unattended. Let us go find your parents." I did not think anything of her statement because I assumed she just had not seen me. "Ryan, come back here, but, please." He excitedly ran back toward me and started turning in circles because, he is 4. I was still searching the shelves as the lady walked past me and stopped behind me. Again, I thought nothing of it because it is a grocery store and you have to share the aisles. I turned my basket around and started to walk toward the front cash registers when this lady literally blocked my path. I said excuse me and tried to walk around her, and she moved her cart in front of me again. I honestly thought she was just getting confused and said excuse me once again and tried one more time to go around, and she just blocked my path. The following conversation ensued. Me. Sorry about that. We will get out of your way. Lady. Oh, I do not think so. You are not going anywhere with that child. Me. You mean my son? Lady. That is not your child. He is white, and you are Mexican. You probably did not even know his name until he said it to me. Me. Sure, whatever, lady. Can you just move? My wife is at home and anxiously awaiting us. Lady. Stop your lies. You are not taking him anywhere, you pervert. This whole time, my son was standing close to me, holding my leg because he was honestly getting scared. I was getting angry because I had not had much sleep, and I have a short fuse anyway, thanks, Dad. Me. As you can see, he is standing close to me because he trusts me, and you are scaring him, so how about you buzz off? Lady. No, he is scared because of you. He just does not know how to express it yet. She looks at my son. Come on now, sweetie. I am here to rescue you. Come with me. Thankfully, my son was able to communicate to her he was not going anywhere with her. But she was having none of it. She literally grabbed my son and began to run. It caught me off guard because I honestly could not fathom what was actually happening. My son started screaming loudly because he was so scared, and this lady was just like, "Do not worry, sweetie. He will not hurt you, I promise." Suddenly, I snapped back into reality, and I began to chase after this crazy woman. While running through the store, I yelled for people to stop her and that she was kidnapping my son, and thankfully, a worker stopped her before she made the exit. Lady, why are you stopping me? This Mexican here is trying to kidnap my grandson. My son literally was bawling his eyes out and extending his arms out, calling for me. This lady was relentless and would not let go, even after he slapped her face multiple times. I laughed a little, not going to lie. At this point, a manager showed up and asked what was going on. The lady spoke before me. Lady, this pointing at me pervert is trying to kidnap my grandson, and I was just trying to escape. Me? That is my son, you crazy person. Now let him go. The manager did not know what to believe. I do not blame him. He was caught in a weird situation. So I pulled out my phone and showed him pictures of me and my son that dated a year or so back as proof. This lady still would not give up and accused me of faking them. Like, how would you do that exactly? I will never know, but whatever. Sadly, there were two other ladies there taking the crazy woman's side and said I was attempting to kidnap my own son because there was no way we were family due to our different skin tones. One even called the police, which I was actually happy about because I knew they would be able to review the security cameras. Even still, I called my wife to see if she could come to the store to get this situation cleared up quicker. As soon as I told her what was going on, she zoomed to the store. She got there about the same time as the police. The crazy ladies were giving their statement to the cops when my wife walked in. As soon as she walked in, my son went, "Mama, help! My wife is a true mama bear." And she immediately flew into a rage when she saw this lady holding my son. Wife, let him go now. Lady, sorry, sweetie. I was just trying to protect him from this pervert over here. Lady 2, yeah, we saw him trying to kidnap him, but this lady saved him. The cop looks at the lady and is confused. Officer, I thought this was your grandson. Wife, I have no idea who that lady is. She takes out her phone and shows the officer a picture of my mother-in-law. Lady, okay, I am sorry. He is not my grandson, but I was only trying to protect him from this dirty pervert over here. Lady 2, yeah, I witnessed the whole thing. He snatched that child and tried to run away with him, but this lady stopped it. Lady 3, yes, I saw it too. He needs to be arrested. And you pointing to my wife should be thankful that this lady was here to save your son because you obviously just let him loose wherever. Wife, who are you talking about again? All three crazy ladies pointed at me. Wife, oh, you mean my husband? Lady 1, husband? Wife, yeah, who do you think called me and got me here so fast? I presented my ID to the officer and the manager, and my wife did the same. We also each showed pictures of us on our phones to prove we were really a family. The cop nodded in approval and handed us our phones back and jotted down a few notes. The three ladies, for some reason, still kept trying to say this was all fake and my wife was in on the kidnapping and said we needed to be arrested. My wife lost it at this point and let off some colorful words I will not repeat here, but she definitely got her point across. Then the nail in the coffin came for the psycho trio. The officer turned to the manager and asked, Officer, sir, do the cameras work here? Manager, yes, we have them inside and out. Officer, okay, great, let us go review. The three ladies' faces went pale, like ghostly pale. The officer reviewed the outside camera as I pulled into the parking lot and saw me take my son out of my car, and then as I went up and down the aisles, and most importantly, the instant the woman snatched up my son and began to run. Upon his return, he asks, Officer, would you like to press charges? Lady 1, yes, I would. Officer, why would I be asking you that question? Be quiet and sit down. He turns to me and repeats the question. Me, absolutely. Lady 1 was charged with attempted kidnapping, false imprisonment, providing a false police report, and child endangerment. The other two were also charged with providing a false police report as well. To make matters worse for Lady 1, my son bruises easily, and she left some terrible spots on him from where she was grasping him. But he is fine. This added a charge of child abuse to her rap sheet. I have court later this year, but I am not sure when because of COVID-19. The officer will be following up with me in a few weeks. Story 2. Not my story, but my older sister told me this. So my sister has worked for this certain banking company for 10 plus years and has told me a lot of entitled people stories. If I remember the other funny or juicy ones, I will post them at a later time. This story happened before the pandemic. A man of African origin came into the bank and asked my sister to withdraw £1,000 from the account at the desk, as he forgot the PIN to the card. My sister asked for the card and pulled up the info on her screen. Without even asking for the gentleman's ID, she knew it was not his account. The conversation goes as follows. Sister, sir. Entitled guy, yeah. Sister, this is not your account. Entitled guy, yeah, it is my girlfriend's account. Sister, sir, you do realize I cannot withdraw money out of this account without your girlfriend's authorization, right? Entitled guy, I understand that, but my girlfriend just had a C-section and cannot come in. She is bedridden. We need to pay for our bills and need to pay for our other expenses. So she asked me to come in to withdraw the money. Sister, I am sorry to hear that, but for security reasons, I am not allowed to give you any money without your girlfriend completing security. Entitled guy, ugh, fine. The guy stormed out, and my sister thought that was the end of it. Nope. He came in a few hours later with his girlfriend and their baby. This baby was not a newborn. The baby was around 9 months old. Oh no, here we go again. This guy goes straight to my sister and says, see, I was not lying. My sister internally rolls her eyes and asks the girlfriend for her ID and to type her PIN in the reader. The ID matches the account but not the PIN. Sister, excuse me, madam, your PIN is wrong. Can you try again, please? Girlfriend, it looks like I forgot my PIN. We kind of need the money today. Is there a way to get the money without the PIN just for today? Sister, I am sorry, madam, but the best we can do for you today is that we can withdraw £300 without the PIN and request a new PIN number. It will take 3 working days for it to come to you. Girlfriend? Oh really, then? Entitled guy cuts girlfriend off. Entitled guy, no, that is not good enough. I told you before, we need £1,000 today. Sister, sir, please calm down. Entitled guy, who are you talking to? My sister, not giving 2 hoots at this point, says, I am talking to you, sir. Entitled guy, how dare you? I will report this to the head office. What is your name? Sister, my name is on my badge, sir. Entitled guy, what is your last name? Now, my sister just got married around this time, so she was in the process of legally changing her last name. So she thought it would be funny to say, Sister, I do not have one, sir. Entitled guy, what do you mean you do not have one? Sister, as I told you before, sir, I do not have one. But even if I did, legally, I have the right not to give it to you. If you tell the head office my first name, they would know who you are talking about. My sister has a very unique name. At this point, the bank had a really big queue to the door. Only my sister and one other member of staff were working at the front desk. A lot of the customers were very irritated by this man and his nonsense, and some people were telling him to hurry up, which he would wave his hand at, which was code for go away. My sister turns back to the girlfriend and says, Sister, would you like the £300 or not, madam? I am sorry to rush you, but we do have a queue. Girlfriend, yes, I am sorry, I would. Entitled guy interrupts again, but this time he says, Entitled guy, you do not want to give us the money because you are racist. Silence. The whole bank is quiet for a good 15 seconds. My sister and her coworker gave each other the "Are you serious?" look. All the black customers are shocked and are ashamed of what the man says. Another customer, white woman, says, Wait, I am confused. Is she not black as well? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my sister is black herself. She is light-skinned. She has been mistaken for biracial a lot of the time. My sister and her co-worker started bursting into laughter. Co-worker. Wow, so my sister's name. Maybe these gentlemen should report you to the head office for being racist to your own race. My sister laughs harder. Entitled guy. What is so funny? I am going to report you. Sister. Go ahead, sir. I dare you. I would love to hear what they have to say. But just to let you know, we have CCTV footage of you causing a disruption, so you will be banned from this branch. There is a no-nonsense policy in my sister's bank. Entitled guy, you cannot do that. Sister. Yes, I can, sir. So please leave the premises, or I will call the police. The guy storms out. His girlfriend apologizes to my sister and runs after him. She and her co-worker joke about it for the rest of the day. A few weeks later, my sister gets a call from head office to ask her what happened. The guy actually called up head office. My sister told them the story and said she had witnesses to the story. Management found it funny as well and told her not to worry about it. When she told me the entire story, I thought it belonged here. Thanks for reading. Edit 1. For those who think the guy and girlfriend stole the card, I will say now that the ID requested was a photo ID. Plus, my sister asked the girl security questions which she passed. I am not trying to call anyone a thief here, even though my sister does admit she should have cut up the card when the guy came in to try and take money out of it by himself. Edit 2. I do agree that people can be racist to their own race, but it is not the case here, and it is a sensitive subject.